Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to the Conflict of Nick channel. I'm your host Nick, and welcome back to the solo Madagascar series. As you can see, we've got this beautiful, peaceful island of Madagascar. The people are thriving, and our military is growing exponentially. Our navy, our air force. We've got some destroyers being built here, some destroyers there, more strike fighters. We got our level 5 hospital finally. And we've got frigates, like I said, gathering here. And if I scroll out a little bit, we have 4 corvettes. I don't know if you can see them. Let me see if this helps. We've got one right here, guarding the Nile River. And we've got one guarding the Congo River. We've got one in the Malawi Channel. And we've got one guarding the Gulf of Aden. So, we've locked down our rivers in case any stray units try and get past. We had 2 corvettes per city. And we decided to do one because I feel confident enough that our frigates, our high-level frigates, are going to be able to give us some solid protection there. And we've got level 4 strike fighters being upgraded, as well as almost max level destroyers. So, what has happened? As you guys can see, a lot has happened. So, not much has happened on the Algerian front per se. Like I said, he probably has troops in these provinces. But as far as the Mauritanian and Moroccan front, as well as Algeria, all 3 of their capitals have fallen. I took, obviously, Mauritania's last night first. Then I ended up taking Algiers, and I ended up taking this one, and he sent some to reclaim it, and I just killed the stack that was there, so now I'm going to reclaim it again. We've had our navies just completely wreaking havoc on their helpless forces. They don't really have, I don't think they have any ships anymore. And mainly the only threat is their land armies. So what happened when I stopped recording? I did stay up a little while last night to micromanage some of my forces, and Mauritania sent some really big stacks. He sent a 10 stack to what was Ghana. He sent an 8 stack, I think, here, and he had a lot of random MBTs and stacks, and he probably still has some in these cities because I haven't checked them. But he reclaimed these cities that we took, but the damages was already done. The only cities that he really has that are still functioning somewhat is this one and this one. All the rest, especially even his annexed cities, have been being taken by the Chosen, and these are extremely aggressive AI, extremely aggressive insurgents. They're really more powerful than normal insurgents, so you need to watch out for those. So they've been sort of helping me out, but also being a pain in the butt for me to deal with as well. They've taken a lot of the cities that I occupied here, and them growing in forces and numbers is going to be a little bit of a problem. So what we did is overnight we pushed a 3 stack, I think it was 3 or 4. We pushed them through this little passageway between the dead zones, and we took Bichar, and we got control of that airfield. So now we've been ferrying in some infantries that we've been building in our homeland, and our strike fighters as well have been putting in some decent work. Last night, our mortars, he started bombarding this city, and I took some casualties, but what I was able to do was, since he was bombarding the city, I took a huge hit, but I still had 4 infantry, and I had a couple other infantries that were able to help out. And I moved my troops up the road a little bit so that they weren't getting hit by the bombardment, and I had them bombard his units to death. He had a 10 stack, I think, of 7 infantry, a mobile AA, and a recon. So I was not going to send my strike fighters in there. That would have resulted in me losing 1, 2, potentially 3. So it would have been problematic to send them in there like that. So I did not choose to do that. I just chose to use my infantries, and it seemed to work out really well for us. And now what we're doing is, since most of the active, since Mauritania is like the active one, mostly the active one, and he's the solid player. I think he's level 57 or something. We were able to eradicate his forces, and now we're cleaning up Moroccan and Algerian cities. We're taking them, and we're going to start soon occupying. As you can see here, we are occupying a lot of these cities now. We're able to finally get just enough time and resources to kind of chill out a little bit and take the time to occupy some cities with our infantry. And we're gonna keep taking these cities, and soon we're gonna probably have most of these taken care of, and our next target will be Guinea. So, one thing I want to mention, Mauritania was really toxic about it. So don't be toxic, because that's not very nice. And he also accused me of being a golder. When you lose a battle, don't accuse somebody being a golder unless you have evidence that they are, or you have a solid hunch. I think he's just really upset that the battle went the way it did. But Morocco attacked me first, and they were allies, and so I was not going to risk him landing in my cities, etc. With a peace still in effect. So we've taken care of those. Like I said, our navy has not taken a single hit. We took down all of Mauritania's destroyers, and it looks like a Guinea ship there, probably a frigate. We've got our Ranger 1 moving to hit these 3 cities because they have all been claimed by the Chosen. And we are getting our strike fighters. We're building airfields, I believe, right there. And that is pretty much what has happened so far. I know I didn't cover most of the battle, but a lot of it happened really, really late at night, and I was half asleep, and so I did not bother recording it. But if we go to the... where is it? Friends and enemies. Let's see. So, our casualties between me and Morocco are 11,000 to 227. Not bad. Mauritania, nearly 30,000 to 3,500. Like I said, I made a couple of mistakes. I got hit a couple times really hard, but in the end, we were able to gain control of that. Algeria, 3,500 to 1.2 thousand. Again, I made a blunder there. Like I said last night, did not expect him to have mortars. He still has a 10 stack here, so he could very well take this victory site. But right now, I am focusing on taking out his allies and his cities as fast as possible. So even if he does that, it won't matter too much. My economy is already really good, and as you guys can still see, we are top economy, 42,500 tons to 30,000 Afghanistan, so we're doing really well. Iraq, interestingly, sent a 7 stack. He sent a destroyer and 6 mechanized in the river, and I caught it, and I asked why he was there, and he also had an AWACS here, and also, by the way, he has level 5 air bases being built, so our frigate's stealth detection will be very important. He did not know what my intentions were. Obviously he does now because we've talked. But like I've said, since I'm staying true to my no relations policy for a solo game, I just politely told him to leave my waters. And I told him that I was not going to attack him. He was not on my target list. As he can see, I'm in a huge war, and I detected his troops leaving. So that was really a smart choice by him. He does not want to mess with my navy. My navy is near max level, almost 100 range, and once we get our destroyers and frigates max level, then we'll get our officer up there, and our officer will be able to be level 5, and soon, very soon, to be 6. And that officer will have a very good buff for us. I don't know if we can hit this. No, we can't. So that's really what is happening as far as right now. We're going to move our ships because there's a mechanized battalion here, I believe, still. And it's going really well for us. We are managing our resources and our armies very well. We made some blunders, like I said, but we made up for them extremely well. We have our navy, which is really important, and that's being the one game changer right now. We're just able to completely harass this coalition. And Spain also has a drone here, but he's not gonna probably mess with us because doesn't look like he has much to say when it comes to navy. Morocco has a random province or two there, and the Chosen is just completely rolling through Europe right now. It's a mess, but it is really glorious and nice to see all of Africa, pretty much soon to be all of Africa, in Madagascar's control. We have the Penguins of Madagascar leading this ship, and this is probably going to conclude this part of the battle. There's probably going to be a third part, and it'll probably be the last one. It'll probably most likely focus on what we're doing with Algeria. But really the battle is, at least I would say, mostly over. We've been able to control most of, if not all, of the forces that the African coalition has sent. We're going to waypoint through some random provinces here, take some extra resources, and this will probably go rogue, but we'll just take it back again because we can do that. We've got this infantry doing this. You know what? I'm probably going to have you do this. I'm going to have you go there, and there, and there, and there. And we are going to waypoint him not just through sand. We're going to go for this city. And this should be relatively easy for us to take. I'm going to send it right in there because I think our ships were able to eradicate the National Guard there. For some reason they went for National Guard a lot, which I don't know why. But their National Guard wasn't really working for them. As you can see, they got National Guard here, and we've got our mortars just pounding away at it, and it should die in the next attack if it's a single one. And so that's pretty much it. So guys, if you're enjoying this series, leave a like, leave a comment on the video. If you disliked it, leave a dislike, and leave a comment saying why, what I can improve on the videos, what I can improve on the channel and the series. I'm really enjoying, personally, this solo match. I think it's really fun. I am 100% gonna do more of these. It's really a nice challenge and a nice change of pace than just doing team matches. But guys, support the channel, subscribe, consider that. It helps the channel out, it helps the algorithm, it helps more people see me, and see me with the search. If you just search conflict in nations, I'll get higher up there, and it shows me that you guys like what I'm doing. So guys, Nick out, and I will catch you guys in part 4. Later guys, have a good one.